This is Paranormal Short Session 18 by Keith Evans at the Chestnut Street Cemetery in Apalachicola, Florida. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of May, 2024. I'm at the full grave cradle of Mrs. Elizabeth Lind, spelled L-I-N-D. Hope you will enjoy this paranormal short session. It's going to detail the plot that Mrs. Lind is in. It's pretty small. It's room for like 3 or 4 people. And the plot actually has like a little post on the side, like a doorway, with C-H Lid. I guess you pronounce it L-I-N-D, Lind or Lind. Apologies to the family if I'm not pronouncing it the way they do. And I'm featuring Mrs. Elizabeth Lind. She has a full grave cradle. You can see Mrs. Elizabeth Lind, L-I-N-D, was born July 6, 1853, and passed away August 23rd, 1929. Instead of a vertical tombstone, she has like a decorative base with a container on top to hold possibly flowers. So I'll show you that. That's pretty cool. See the back of it there. I'll use my Obelisk 5B. Turn it on right now. My question for the ghosts and spirits. Let's just say my question for Mrs. Elizabeth Lind, if she's here. Sorry to everyone, but I need to narrow this down so I can get some details about Mrs. Lind's life. So, Mrs. Lind, if you're here, could you tell me what you like most about Apalachicola? And also just repeat your name, whatever you like to be called. I'm Keith Evans, and what I like most about Apalachicola is the restaurants and the Chestnut Street Cemetery. All right, Mrs. Lind, it's your turn.
Sugar, messenger.
She likes sugar the most about Apalachicola. Well, it's a possibility. Sugar is spelled S-U-G-A-R, and messenger is spelled M-E-S-S-E-N-G-E-R. Maybe she liked the messengers. Or maybe she wants me to call her a messenger. I'm not sure, but I'll continue to call you Mrs. Lind. All right, Mrs. Lind. I guess the sugar here in Apalachicola is plentiful and good. Can you tell me what you made or what others made from that sugar that you like so much? Did they make cookies or cakes? Did they make pies? If so, if you could give me the name of the cake, the cookie, or the pie, that'd be nice. Well, I'm going to give you a brief surround of where I'm at. You can see that I work alone, and let me do a up closer look of where I'm at. I work alone, and I I enjoy it that way. I seem to get better responses when I'm not with a crowd. If I'm by myself, I always do better. Well, burning, Burning. Did your house burn down in Apalachicola? I know there was a bad fire around 1900. If that happened, I'm sorry, Mrs. Elizabeth Lynn, that your house burnt down. Do you remember the address of where your house was located? She just said great, Great, but I didn't hear anything. After burning was great, Great, and front, Front. I don't know if the great is sarcasm or what to make of that. Are you saying the front of your house burned? I know a place that I did paranormal research back in 2020, 1880 motel there in St. Augustine. The front of that burnt. So I don't know if that's connected or not. But I'm sure if any house catches on fire, the fire might have started in the front. So this might be totally unrelated. Mrs. Lynn, can you give me the address of where your house was that burnt? The front of it burnt in Apalachicola. Thanks, Mrs. Lynn. Yeah, we probably got 10 more minutes, so take your time and think about that, Mrs. Lynn. We still have burning great front. Mrs. Lynn, did you ever think about living someplace else other than Apalachicola? And if so, where would that be? Which town would you rather lived in or would have liked to tried? Like it's coming in blurry for some reason. Unless it's a cloudy day, it's hard for me to videotape the face of the Obelisk 5 without just it being blurry. I don't know how it looks to you at home, but it looks blurry to me looking through my viewfinder. See if tilting it makes a difference. Let me face the sun, see if that makes a difference. That really makes it worse. Mrs. Elizabeth Lind, did you have a question for me? She might be out of energy already. Mrs. Elizabeth Lynn, if you're out of energy and you want to choose another ghost or spirit to continue the conversation, whatever ghost or spirit you'd like to choose, I'll let you choose. And then they can speak for you or for themselves or however you ever want to work that out. All right, I appreciate it, Mrs. Lynn. Burning Great Front. Well, there was a fire around 1900. It started at the back of the where the Methodist Church is now. And the Methodist Church did not burn, which was a wooden structure, but it burnt everything northeast of that. So apparently there used to be a really large hotel, motel there where 98 comes in and you have that stop, or at least it's a stop sign where you got to turn, make like a right-hand turn. You're still on 98, but that restaurant right to your right as you make that right-hand turn, that whole block was just one big motel. And apparently it was right expensive, and the only people that could stay there were wealthy people. So, and that burnt during the 1900 or around there, that fire. I don't know if it totally burnt down, but it destroyed it and they never built it back. So, all right, Mrs. Lynn, if you can't find anyone to speak on your behalf, I'll just go ahead and open up to any relatives of Mrs. Lynn that would like to talk to me about their life here in Apalachicola. Maybe answer the two questions: what is your name, and what did you like about Apalachicola?
Class.
Was it class?
Greek.
CLASS, Greek, GREEK. There's supposed to be a lot of people from Greece who would be considered to be Greek. Class, I don't know whether she means class in school or she took classes while she was here. Anyway, that's neat. Spell that. Class is CLASS. Greek is GREEK. Well,
Unclear.
MOP, MOP. I get MOP a lot. Unclear, UNCLEAR. What do you think I'm unclear about? I don't know why anyone would say MOP. Well, this has been Paranormal Short Session 18 by Keith Evans at the Chestnut Street Cemetery in Apalachicola, Florida. I'm at the tombstone of Mrs. Well, actually, it's a full grave cradle of Mrs. Elizabeth Lind. And today is Wednesday, the 1st of May, 2024. I hope that Mrs. Lynn and her family and friends are enjoying the afterlife, and hopefully I'll talk to them sometime in the future. And it's been a pleasure having them communicate with me. And I'm going to say goodbye for today, and I'd like to appreciate everyone who observes my videos, subscribes to my YouTube channel, Paranormal Short Sessions by Keith Evans. It's free to subscribe. And everyone who enjoys and likes my Facebook page and my Instagram page. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.